What's going on, you guys? It's Keenan Briggs, sports consultant and mentor. Today's conversation has multiple layers to it. It's if you haven't hit the standards for a certain school that you want to go to, how do you get noticed, right? And I'm assuming it's how do you get noticed by them. So there's a couple layers to it. First thing is understanding this concept. You want to go to a school that wants you regardless of the sport. If you're only going to this school because the coach is there or the colors, it's you're going to get to a position or time in your life. You may or may not, but you will. I'll say that. You're going to end up in a position to where you're going to question, why am I here? And when you're in this position, if you're only there because the coach is there and the coach happens to leave to go to another opportunity, well, then you're stuck in a place where you're just stuck and you don't want to be there. So, if you're looking to hit certain standards to go to a certain school, the way I see it is it's kind of like you want to be with someone, right? Boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. And they're saying, I need you to make X amount of dollars per year before I date you, right? Now, I'm assuming you're like me and be like, are you serious? Like, I need to be that just for you? Is that the only thing that matters to you? Right? If that's the case, I would say no, thank you, because I see your true colors and what you're about. If I were to hear I need you to jump this mark to go to this college, competitive me says, bet, I'm going to get after it. But the other side to me says, is our relationship going to be based on my results? And if it is, then what if I'm not performing at the level I need to? Now, I know that I can, but what if you're not going to be able to get me to that level? Will I be bumped down because you're not able to coach me in the way that I feel that I need? Right? So that's the first layer is if you're having schools that are telling you must reach this, my first thing for you is to ask yourself, is that the type of relationship that I want to have in case? Like, is this, if this is it, and I'm based on my performance levels, is that okay? Most Power 5 D1 schools have this type of operating system. If you're looking to go to Texas, Oregon, Florida, I'm not saying they're like this. What I am saying is those schools have a very high standard, and those standard are comes from the school's excellence. And they've had such high talented athletes that it's kind of normal to have a long jumper go 25 feet. It's kind of normal to have an Olympian on the team. So if you're looking to go to those schools, well then you need to perform at those levels, and you performing at that level is required. Okay. All right. So the next layer is, if you're not hitting the marks, what should you do? Well, obviously, you should be competitive in a place to where you want to step up and you want to be the best version of you, so you can go anywhere you want to. Don't get stuck on that one school, however, right? Because you might just say there's a school, Middle America, Power Five school, university, right? And this school says, I need you as a girl to jump 41 feet in triple jump. I need you to jump 21 feet in long jump to get a full scholarship here. If you shoot for that and you do reach that, I would look around and say, is there any other schools that wants a jumper at this caliber before I commit to this school that made it mandatory for me to get there? But you can also look at it as they helped me keep my focus on the results and I got there. So I want more of that, right? So I feel like I'm going back in a circle again. However, what I'm ultimately saying is when you do hit those marks, look around, weigh your options from there. Okay. The last thing that I do want to say is how do you get noticed? It's going to be simply uh, promoting yourself. But I do want to add in this piece. I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but it's alive, so it is what it is. Once you, let's say you fall short of the marks that they need you to hit, this is where you having conversations with the actual coaches is going to be very important. Once you project and portray your actual value, the coaches are going to want you for you. So I had an athlete, Kayla Mixon, superstar athlete. I think her best was 37.4 in triple jump. She was not the prototypical jumper. She was shorter. She was decent in speed, but like technically knew how to jump really well. And UCI coach Perkins over there was like, listen, To me, she's doing really well. I want her as a person on my team. Forget the marks. I want her to be a part of the team because I've seen your athletes and I've seen the type of character that they have. She has exactly that. She represents our program, the Anteaters, and I would love to have her on my team. She went on a visit and was recruited. To me, that let me know that that coach specifically was all about the person versus just the marks. Even though there's a requirement from the school, he still knew that she was going to provide the marks and that. Even though you could say 37 feet might not be the minimum to make the team, but it did for him and for that program. And you could be that person. And it comes down to you communicating with the coaches and letting them know exactly what you're about and the